household wiring inside of conduit. And all that wiring comes down conduit runs that you're going to install as well in electrical install. But the main thing I want to focus on in this introduction is the electrical equipment that we're mounting on the wall. Going to briefly go over each one and then have separate videos describing each one further, so check those out as well. The point here is that we're being pretty generic. We've got a generic modeling, basically, of a optimizer-based inverter. Then the power goes through a revenue grade meter onto an AC disconnect, and finally into your home main service panel. Let's go back and review these things. So the idea is that the power from the array, the DC power from the array, is going to come down and flow into the inverter. Going to describe that more in detail. But the idea is that the DC power comes into the inverter and gets converted into AC power that the house can actually use. Then the power is going to flow on to a revenue grade meter. Now, that's an option. All systems don't have that. In fact, some systems now have the electronics for the revenue grade metering built into the inverter itself, which is very cool. But in many cases, it may be a separate requirement, or the inverter might not have one, and you'd have to mount one. Typically, the revenue grade meters are needed by the utilities to keep detailed track of the production that you've made, and also if you have any sort of lease or power purchase agreement, or the way that you've bought the system requires that you monitor carefully the amount of power that's produced by the system. That's why you need the revenue grade meter. So again, that may be an option. We're going to show it